Some news from Germany now, and Chancellor Olaf Scholz has held his first summer press conference, continuing the tradition of his predecessor, Angela Merkel. Scholz answered questions on some of the most pressing domestic and foreign policy issues, such as the war in Ukraine, the rising cost of living, and Germany's dependence on Russia for gas. That's something the government is trying to get on top of before the colder winter months. DW also asked the Chancellor about the possibility of introducing a travel ban for all Russians. Scholz said he has a very hard time with the idea and said such a ban could undermine other measures being taken against Russia.
We have discussed very extensive sanctions which affect many specific individuals and oligarchs and supporters of Russia's most powerful circles, and we will certainly continue to do so. It would rather weaken the effectiveness of these measures if they were not directed against everyone, including completely innocent people.
So let's bring in our political correspondent, Nina Haase. Nina, to get us started, why is this topic on the agenda now?
Well, our colleague asked this question because Scholz's counterparts in Estonia and in Finland have raised this topic. They say it's not okay that ordinary Russians are still going on holiday in Europe in light of Russia's aggression against Ukraine. And Olaf Scholz said a very clear answer to this question. He says sanctions must be targeted and it will have to target the powerful circles in Moscow. And there cannot be a blanket ban on all Russians traveling to Europe, because that would be contradictory. The hope here in Berlin, even if not voiced publicly, is still that the Russian population will one day direct their anger at the government in Moscow themselves. But of course, since Estonia and Finland are EU countries, this is a topic that will be addressed by the foreign ministers at their next EU meetings later this month.
Now, in Germany, in recent months, the government has repeatedly said that it is fearing social unrest due to rising energy costs and inflation. Did we hear Chancellor Scholz repeat those concerns today?
No, on the contrary. But of course, there are estimates that say that an ordinary German family may have to pay an additional 1,000 euros a year for energy this year. And this is, of course, a lot. There are lots of people who get by on what they earn, but they don't necessarily have any savings. And so many people also from Olaf Scholz's government have said that if nothing is done, then there could be social unrest here once people are faced with their energy bills. So Olaf Scholz was sitting here trying to outline in detail again what the government is actually doing to help people get through this crisis, and he did sound very confident. He said that the government is doing two things: use maximum speed to wean Germany off Russian energy supplies, but of course those things take time, which is why also the government has already invested 30 billion euros in financial aid for Germans, and that more money will come, tax relief will come, also the social welfare system will be reformed so that people are not alone, which is why Scholz sounded so confident that there will not be any social unrest this year. Let's listen into what he had to say.
No, I do not believe that there will be unrest in this country in the way that has been outlined. And that is because Germany is a welfare state. Former Chancellor Helmut Schmidt once described this as one of the greatest achievements of German politics. And this welfare state must be effective in this situation by clearly saying that we will not leave anyone behind. I deliberately used the expression, "You will not walk alone into the future." And that is also true. That's what our response to this is, and that's why I'm quite confident.
Well, at the moment, of course, it's warm in Berlin, so nobody needs to heat their houses. And whether Olaf Scholz's prediction will hold true, that there will not be any social unrest, we'll probably only find out once people are really faced with those higher energy bills once it gets colder here.
All right, DW political correspondent Nina Haase, thanks so much for that update.